Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame, though it might be nice to own a...
Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Catmanjoe and welcome back everybody to another brand new video, guys. Today of course we are back on some Minecraft, guys. Today we're back with the final episode of Woodbury, folks. Episode 50, guys, and man, does it, I'm not gonna lie, it feels honestly very, I guess, just relieving to you to say that. Not in a good way, not in a, I guess, a bad way or in a good way. It's kind of a bit of both, but it feels mad to be able to finally say that, guys. This is the final episode, folks. Now, I've been promising this for literally years since we started this series. A lot of you guys have wanted me to, I guess, since we started, to do a world tour. And today, we're going to be doing that. Today's world tour isn't just to show off the world, though. I want to tell a little bit more about the people that were involved in, I guess, building it. And just, I guess, tell you guys a little bit more about the people who have been involved with this project for the past 2 years, folks. Because it's, this is the end. This is the end of this huge adventure, guys. So nonetheless, welcome back to another brand new episode, guys, on our brand new video. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day so far. It's Saturday, folks, and I'm not gonna lie, I put this video off until the very last minute because I didn't want to do this. I've not honestly been wanting to make this episode for a while, guys, and I normally wouldn't begin an episode even like this or talking or acting like this because it's just, I just didn't really think there's much of a need. But honestly, guys, the more I kept thinking about it, I just didn't want to do this episode. I didn't want the series to end, even though I knew it was at a point where it kind of had to, guys. It was like, time for things to move on and things to end. For those of you who don't know, Woodbury was started on November 3rd, 2017. At least as far as I believe, I'm pretty sure it was 2017, November 3rd. And this series, if you don't know, obviously, if you can do the, I guess, the math even, it's been on the go for 2 years, guys. It's just about 2 years old. In fact, tomorrow is its 2 year anniversary for this world. So to end it today, it's almost poetic in a sense. It's just to see it end on its 2 year anniversary on the day before it. It's actually quite amazing to, I guess, see or imagine. Now, before we get into actual Woodbury itself, obviously, guys, you guys can see I'm carrying some stuff right here. I'm actually going to make sure I get myself a map real quick because I should have a map of the world. Obviously, if you guys don't know, Woodbury's a pretty large place. There's a lot of freaking maps for this place. I'm trying to find the right one because we've recently been exploring the map on stream. Is this? No, this isn't it. Where the heck is it? Oh my days! There's just too many. There's just too many maps here. I really, it's too much of a pain to find. There we go. There we are. There you guys go. That is Woodbury from I guess a bird's eye view from the map right there. Right from, I was going to say right from the dog's mouth, but it's technically a map. So it isn't a dog. Don't worry about it. Let's not dwindle on these little things. But anyway, so I want to get to Woodbury before it becomes sundown, so I can show you guys the whole town. Go to bed real quick, and then obviously show you guys it in daylight. But I guess we should begin with the spawn. Obviously, if you guys don't know, this is the spawn right here. Obviously, our spawn main lobby. We built this a couple episodes ago, and it's based on our original Firestone Empire first episode, or episode 0 build. It was done completely off camera for weeks, and we managed to obviously release it with episode 1, I guess, of the series. However, we never showed how to build it, so we decided to rebuild it. Over here, we've got, obviously, of course, this is just, the spawn's kind of a bit of a boring area. I mean, it's cool, but it's a bit of a boring area. But obviously, I guess we should kind of tour. So right here, obviously, guys, of course, we've got the I guess, Woodbury warehouses. We've got more of these over in Woodbury and some farms. But this really isn't the main thing, guys. The place where I want to take you right now is the main attraction. That is the creme de la creme. But that's obviously, Woodbury. In this video, I've got a lot to show off. I am going to try and show off every single build that we've ever done inside the world. I'm going to try and show off things that people have never got to see before because, one, they either couldn't make the cut for the video, or two, they just were too big to fit into the video. I mean, there's a bunch of secrets in this world. I mean, quick example is something like this, for instance. So if I run over here, I think it's actually open. It's open. There used to be there's like a button somewhere here, but it used to be a button you can hit here. This is obviously Woozy's and I believe Rookie Paul's old base, I'm pretty sure. For those of you guys that don't know, obviously this area here, when we first started the game, this was a spawn. Obviously, we actually spawned up on this mountain and decided we were going to go in episode 1, and it kind of went from there. But yeah, this is a spawn, obviously, and this used to be actually Lynchwood, one of the old towns that was here with the railway that cut all the way through the forest all the way up here. So it's like an old kind of rundown place, but I mean, obviously we destroyed that and we rebuilt the spawn, so it looks a little bit more cleaner. But nonetheless, let's make our way to Woodbury, guys. Cause I want to go there, show you guys around, go to Plain Peaks. I want to show you guys everything, and yeah, let's have a bit of a chat, guys. So I feel like this is not really much of an episode. It's more like a one-on-one kind of chat with all of you, and kind of let you guys know the, I guess, thought that went behind this series, and kind of like I guess it feels like I guess a bit like the director's cut of the movie. You know what I mean? Where it's like you kind of get that bit commentary telling you like, hey, the animation was made like this. Well, this obviously was all made in survival. I mean, there's not really much more I can say about it. This was made in survival, folks. If you don't know, honestly and openly here, glitches have been done in this world. Nothing severe though, but people have tried to do duplication glitches and they got kicked and banned. TSB comes to mind, even though he's a good friend of ours in the first year of the series. He duplicated, got caught, and even though he was like one of the biggest helpers, he had to get kicked. So yeah, we've had duplication in this world happen before, but we didn't duplicate this world, whether you want to believe it or not. I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be people that are skeptic out there, or are skeptical even out there who don't want to believe it. Again, I don't know how we can even prove it by just showing the world as survival or whatever, but this is all survival, and there's been hundreds of hours, if not thousands of hours poured into this world off camera and on. I believe on camera, with all 50 episodes combined, is something around like 20 hours, almost 24 hours even, and if you include the streams as well, the 2 stream episodes, this is like around 24 hours of footage on camera that you can watch. So if you were to sit right now, as you're watching this right now, just stop and go rewatch the entire series from episode 1 to here. It would take you till the very next day to get to the very end of the series. There's a lot that's happened. There really is. There's a lot that's been done. For anybody that's curious as well, I probably should just address this. That skyscraper over there, in that area over there, that's Firestone. It's an area from my Xbox world we decided to start rebuilding because we had a little bit extra time. Excuse me, but it's not finished yet nonetheless, so I'll get done at a later date obviously. But yeah, we've also got the Guardians here that I believe my good friend Septic Spud, he bought a good couple of these, however we destroyed most of them. And obviously our little rice bowl banners, which are my design. I'll take full credit for that corner. You can shut up, right? That's all mine. And yeah, let's head into Woodbury, and I guess I'll give you guys a bit of a tour. So I really, honestly guys, I'm going to be real with you. I really don't know how to do this. I don't know how I'm meant to tour this and give you guys, I guess, the best example of the world I can. I mean, I can just really show you guys the builds, tell you the names, tell you the ideas behind them. The stories, for instance, this right here, for those who don't know, this is the Drunken Horse. It was something that was built in our first ever Let's Play series, Firestone Kingdom. It was also built in Empire, I believe, as well, but it wasn't really used. But this was from Firestone Kingdom. You can see it's a tavern, it's a bar. It's got an underground area as well down here, but it's never really used. These are just things that, again, never got shown on camera or whatnot, guys. I feel like we should address this because it's something a lot of people might not know, but I've got this actually listed as an actual specific detail. God darn it, Wesley. He's the only one who plays leaves here. I just know this is Wesley. I don't know for sure, but I somehow do, you know what I mean? But a lot of people don't actually know, but this series isn't just a series, it just started. This was the third part or basically series of previous 2 other series. For those of you who don't know, before this, of course, we done Firestone Empire, and before that there was Firestone Kingdom. Firestone Kingdom, I started with an amazing group of people, and that was started, when I first started my channel, actually, which is the phenomenal part of it. This whole series, all the builds, the people, they've all got links and connections to my original beginnings on YouTube. And that's how one of the biggest questions we got asked a lot, I mean a lot of the people that are part of this can confirm this, was how do you join Woodbury? We have a thing called the Woodbury team, which was all the Woodbury builders, and one of the biggest questions we got asked the most, especially me, was how do you actually join the Woodbury team? Is there like a process? Is there a way? Is there requirements? Is there certain things that we need to do? Do I have to sell my liver, my kidneys? Like, what? How do you join such a series? Like, is there a way to be a part of this amazing team? Because this is a team. It's a family. It's a team that built all this and done all this, and not everybody gets along, but we done it together. But the honest to God truth is, folks, the only way you could join this back in the day, and even up till now, is if you knew me personally outside of YouTube, or I guess it was quite weird to explain, but you had to be more or less, I guess, a friend as opposed to a fan, and that was the thing that kind of made this series so special, because all the people that helped with this weren't fans and subscribers who were like, oh, yo, I love your content, Joe, I just want to be a part of the videos and get some extra views and subs myself. It wasn't that. It was genuine people who had met me when I first started my channel and had literally no one, no support, nothing. I just went through losing my previous channel, thought I had nothing left, and those guys were the ones who were there to, I guess, befriend me and work with me and help me. And you got to remember as well, I mean, this is something that's so overglossed by a lot of people, but this series I will never take full credit for. I was the main backbone, I feel like, behind any and all builds, but at the end of the day, there was more work done by the other people than me. I done a lot of work, and I think all the team can agree with that, but without any of those people, none of this would have been accomplished or accomplishable. This would never have been able to be done just by me. This was a complete team effort by dozens of people and hundreds of hours poured in. And the thing that makes it so special and so amazing about a world like this, and something that you just can't buy or can't pay for or just can't get, is that this series wasn't something that, you know, profited them. It wasn't something that even really profited me either. This was just something that we all enjoyed doing. The beauty behind the series was that the people that helped were not in it for any sort of financial gain. In fact, if anything, they wasted time rather than gaining time, but they weren't actually wasting time. They were having fun, you know, making memories or creating memories and just chilling with friends. And honestly, I cannot begin to explain the amount of hours that we've poured into these worlds. I'm sure everybody can relate in this sense, but if you've ever done a survival world or any world in general with your friends, you know, whether it be, you know, a close friend or whatever, you'll know exactly what I mean when I say that the amount of time you spend just with them having fun, the amount of memories that you share, the amount of stories even that you make, I guess, while doing that, it's honestly just mad. It's insane, and it's so awesome. For me, doing this, the best thing about this entire series, by far, without a shadow of a doubt, was the people and I guess the stories that kind of came with it. Also, I guess I should, excuse me, kind of, I guess, get back to the tour a little bit, but this is Charlie's house over here, Dynamite Ass, or Dynamite Mass, his name is. We call him Dynamite Ass because if you remove the M from the, like, the Dynamite, and then if you remove the Mass, just take away the M, it's Dynamite Ass, so it works. That's Charlie's house, that's Drunken Horse, that's Rookie Paul's house, that's Sean's house, Brian's is over there, that's Gigi's there, and also somehow there. We aren't too sure on that part, just don't judge us. But yeah, let's head around the car. I want to try and, in fact, I think we should, yeah, we'll focus on, we'll go to bed real quick. That's what we'll do. I'm kind of losing myself. I'll go to bed real quick, and then when we wake up, obviously, we'll continue the tour, guys, because I want to try and do it mostly in the daylight. I mean, at nighttime, the city and the map or the world, I mean, this world is a city now, in my opinion. Originally, I always kind of, like, I guess, belittled the thought of this world being a city. Like, we, you know, had just previously, before this series, done a series called Firestone Empire, and that was all about us using duplication glitches to build things in survival, which is just a waste and honestly pointless and really stupid if you ask me, but we done it nonetheless. And the phenomenal thing was that series was like that was a city, but that took months to do. In this series, I mean, this started off as a village, then a town, then a city, and it kind of just progressed from there. But it's honestly incredible and beautiful, guys. By the way, as well, I want to just say I normally do world tours generally on other people's worlds, so when it comes to me doing one of my own, even though I know every single detail about this world, and I can tell you every single nook and cranny, how every single build was designed and thought out, how, you know, every single person reacted to their builds, or how every single person was while building them, I can tell you every little detail. I can't explain it. It's weird to explain how much enjoyment was brought out of doing these things, and like how weird it was in that, the conversations that we would have. I mean, there's so many moments I wish we got on camera that were just completely gone. The hours of streams and stuff, you know, draining the river in Woodbury, everything. It was phenomenal. I won't have to go in Sean's house. I'd go in Sean's house, guys, but it's kind of like OP, and honestly, he's not really fully finished designing it, but you guys can see it's like under development. Sean really he didn't go cheap on resources, and he's just tried to blow out all the resources he could get here, stealing some of our darn sea lanterns. But it's a beautiful house, but it just isn't fully done yet, and I don't really want to tour it because there's not really much to tour in the house. It's beautiful and all, folks. I know somebody will hate me for it. I mean, it is gorgeous, but there's just not much I can really tour here, you know what I mean? Then of course we got right here, of course, the little brewery, which is Gigi's little, I guess, tavern or cafe. It's gorgeous. There's so many builds in this map, may I add, that are just incredibly unique and just incredible. It's actually phenomenal. A lot of you guys as well might notice, if you're a builder like myself or someone who likes to design things to specific, you know, specifications, you may notice that the town is developed in a certain way where everything overlooks to the ocean. So for instance, there's the biggest houses in the map, at least most of the biggest houses in the map, all are at the back of the city, because, you know, Brian's house, Gigi's, Sean's, Rookie's, whatever, they're all made out of, I guess, roughly as well the same kind of materials, and along with that, they're all at the very back of the map because of the largest buildings, so they get, I guess, a view over the front, obviously, towards the ocean and the, you know, the train station or the subway, and my house, well, my beautiful house right there, it's gorgeous. It's honestly insane. It's mad, and it's just insane, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think Gigi's got anything else up there. It's just kind of an empty area up there, but let's keep going. So, as said, folks, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of didn't want to do this world tour. I've had all week to do this. I know it's like, you know, when you have homework to do, but like you put it off because you don't want to do it, and then when it comes to the last day, you're like, oh god damn, I need to do this, like holy hell. That's kind of like what it was like, but it was also in a sense not. It was just that I didn't want to end this, because I feel like making this video and releasing it is the official kind of, I guess, goodbye or ending to the series. But it is, but I mean, it's also the end of, I guess, my purpose on this world. It kind of leaves me without a need to come on this world anymore. You know, for this world for the past 2 years, folks, it has been really just a hub for things that I've been able to do. I mean, there's been hundreds of videos recorded on this world, not just the Let's Play series. There's been, you know, builds of me, obviously, when I'm doing, you know, for instance, you know, see showcases start here, you know, for instance, actual, I guess, update videos and stuff like that, you know, regarding new updates for Minecraft. They all start here. It's mad. There's been legitimately so much poured into this world off camera and on camera, and even not on the series as well, on streams. You know, dozens of streams of us working hard and finishing projects, because one of those things is as well, I feel like a lot of people who will see this world through, the whole point of these things is to give inspiration. That's why I love doing them, because I know what, for everybody watching right now, if you're a builder like myself, the main thing you're looking for is inspiration. You're looking at these builds, you're looking at the city, you're looking at the design of the paths, the street lights, the, you know, lampposts, the same thing, you know, the houses, again, as I said, you know, the hills, the walls, the towers, the mailboxes, whatever it may be. You're looking for inspiration for something to reuse or re-put into your own world. And that's the thing with this one. It's like, I want to try and show you guys that, but it's like, I just don't know where to begin. I mean, obviously you can see our paths are all like 8 blocks wide, with sub paths being about 3 blocks wide, depending on the size. You know, mailboxes, whatnot, or streetlights as well. Used to be a very specific design, but then we replaced them with Wesley Tusk design, or Wesley's, even not the Wesley Tusk design, but Wesley's, which are like these little lanterns on sticks, which are so much better. If you're right now trying to make a brand new creative world or survival world, and you're trying to find a way to, I guess, implement lights or lighting into your world without making it look too messed up, try using lanterns on sticks or lanterns on fences. I know it's kind of like a really cheap and it seems really stupid method, but streetlights are so irritating to work with. I can genuinely tell you this from a factor of we tried that. It's so difficult to work with, because with streetlights you have to make them all, you know, 5 blocks apart, and then make sure every road fits the exact lights and how they are, and it's so difficult to work on an exact, I guess, size. It's just too difficult to work on it, and it gets really, really, really irritating really fast, honestly. But with lanterns, you can just kind of place them around on trees. You can do a lot of things. You're quite free to use them how you wish to use them. There's no restrictions, which is a really nice little thing. Also as well, a nice little kind of tip right here for any boulders is build trash cans. Trash cans are a great little addition. My friend Colin, our TSP, he done this, and it is an addition that we implemented all over the world, all over the map. It is one of the most beautiful additions to the game, having some trash cans lying around, because players don't have to dump their stuff in chests lying around on your map, which looks horrible and ugly, which has been an issue that Plague does for years. They can come up to these things simply and just dump whatever they need to dump inside them, and it's so much better on whole nother scales. Yeah, don't end with. I'm not going to go down to his basement, because I know he's still working on that at the moment. But yeah, this is Colin's house right here. I mean, there's a lot of houses, guys. A lot of designs. I just don't know, honestly, guys. I mean, this is just ridiculous. This is just terrible. They've just been freaking just dumping everything here. If you guys are curious, by the way, so basically what happened was, before the very end, obviously before this episode, we've been getting things kind of finalized within the town, I guess. When I say finalized as well, I mean, you know, roads, builds, whatever needs to get finished, you know, basements, whatever. Obviously, not everything managed to get finished on time, which is a bit of a sin, but most things did pretty much, which is all that matters. And with that, we've been redesigning a lot of the time like this. This is Kodo's house right here. It's still not finished, but you can see it's still under development. We've got like a little bit of a water tower right here. By the way, the resources that goes into building these things, just saying, I know someone's be like, yo, this is mad, like this must be all creative or all freaking glitched. Or let me just clarify, the amount of resources, and I mean this, the amount of resources that goes into doing something like this is just phenomenal. You're going to use thousands of stacks of wood. For us, I mean, you can see the walls over there. It's just a whole nother level. I mean, this right here, this was something that this is the reason why I had to end this series, genuinely speaking, because of stuff like this. With this series, this is a town hall, by the way, for anybody that's curious. This is what this is. It's spelled. I'll give you guys a tour, of course. But for anybody that, you know, that's wondering why the series is ending, I feel like it's a real question that's plaguing a lot of people. You know, why is the series ending, Joe? I love the series. You know, it's been awesome. It's been a lot of fun. You know, this series again has been on the go since I started the channel, and it really has been one of the only real last ties that, I guess, tie my channel from the past to now, the present. And with that ending, it kind of was like the beginning of a new era. And with that, a lot of people obviously are curious to, you know, well, why end it? You know, why are you ending such a great series? Because it's an amazing series. It's all about giving people inspiration to, you know, put effort into their own survival world, start their own teams of people. And there is so much you can do on whole other levels. It's phenomenal when you're in survival, but it's about having the, I guess, I wouldn't say the word courage, because courage is really in the wrong, I guess, place here, but It's about having the belief and knowing that you can actually do it. And when you see stuff like this, and all this has been done in survival, whether anybody wants to believe it or not, that's totally your opinion. But again, this is all survival. I don't know how I can prove it, but again, maybe even I can tweet on Twitter like the actual thing. It's full survival, no glitches, nothing. So again, this is the thing. If I can do this all in survival with all these people, you can with all your people as well. It just takes a lot of effort and time, but you can do it. This is, of course, the Armory, if anybody is curious. My old sword right here. My old baby. I love this sword. I'm taking this with me, actually. I'm also going to take my trident, actually. This is a good trident as well. You guys can see. This is all good. We got some extra resources everywhere. You guys can see. Things just in the Armory right now. This is the Armory for Woodbury, the original banners as well, those there. But it's just... It's not got anything in it. You can see, I mean, like, there's no doors. I mean, how is that safe at all? I've got no clue, alright? Let's keep having a look. So this is the top, obviously, the actual town hall as well. Up here, for anybody that's curious, this is what it looks like. It's very intricate, but yeah. The reason why the series has to end, guys, or why it's ending in a sense, is because of, I guess, time restraints. This has been one of the biggest issues with this series and all the other previous series since I started the channel. Time restraints or something is a real pain. If you're a YouTuber, you'll know what I mean. When you have to get an episode out on a certain day, and it's maybe once a week, specifically even once a week or twice a week, to do something like this in a week, it may seem possible, but it is very, very, very difficult, because gathering the resources, bowling it, it's a whole nother level of just intricate work. And honestly, it isn't something that you can do with ease. You have to have a lot of willpower and manpower, and obviously a lot of just, I guess, general, patience to do it. So, for instance, this bowl right here, I believe this was episode 44 or 45. I believe it was episode 44, but I want to, like, right now, if you're a viewer, if you're watching this part right now, I'm just going to ask you, obviously, I don't want you to comment or anything like that, but if you're watching, how long would you think this would have took to bowl? You know what I mean? Like, when you look at this entire bowl, how intricate it is, how much has been done, all the wood that you can imagine having to get, you know, collected, all the blocks, all the lanterns getting made, everything. How long would you personally have thought this would have took to make? Now, if your answer is like a week or two, you're wrong. If it's 3 weeks, you're wrong. This build took about 4.5 weeks to build. 4.5 weeks. Now, the thing is, you got to remember, this series is meant to come out once a week. Originally, it was actually meant to come out twice a week, every Friday and Sunday, but obviously I had to cancel that because it just, after a point, it just became too demanding. The series wasn't providing enough, I guess, you know, to reason 2 episodes a week. And it was just too much to do. 2 episodes a week of 2 crazy big builds is just, it's just too much. You physically cannot do it unless you are in creative or something like that, which we aren't. So it was one of those things, we had to sacrifice it. It was either quality over quantity or quantity over quality, you know what I mean? And we had to make that kind of, I guess, really irritating but sad kind of call, where it was episodes like this were delayed for 4 weeks or 5 weeks because we're having to build them. And then even at that, when they get released, they aren't getting as much, I guess, there would be praise, I feel like, as they deserve, which is a real shame, because the amount of hours, the amount of people that worked on this, the amount of, you know, hours that people have pushed into this, it's phenomenal. Like, just all the tedious little things like collecting the wool, getting the wood, you know, making sure everything's correct, having to restart if you do something wrong. It's just so demanding and so irritating on a whole nother level. It's actually phenomenal, really. It really is. It's so irritating because of, like, the amount of demand that it takes to do it. Now, obviously, right now, guys, we've already went through, I guess, a good couple of houses. Obviously, I've showed you guys, of course, the Drunken Horse. We've showed you guys Charlie's. Then, of course, Rookie Paws. Then Sean's. Then GG's. And then, of course, obviously, Wesley's promos. Then Colton's. Then Town Hall. Over here, obviously, and of course, Coda's as well. Over here is, of course, a train station. But there's also a house here that a lot of people might not know about. If you've been here since I sound really stuffed up right now. I don't know why. But if you've been, I guess around on the series for long enough, you might remember this. You might know of this. But one of my good friends, there's been plenty of people that have been a part of this, but they really don't come on anymore. But one of them is Monkey to Offenders, and this is just like one of those kind of ideas, like little hidden builds, the little hidden gems underneath the map that you wouldn't actually know about because they're so well hidden and they're so well placed. This is exactly an amazing example of one of them. I mean, you can look at this and probably get what I mean. It's just so well hidden and so nice and so cool, like a little hidden underground base that's just chilling underneath the actual main center of the city even. It's just amazing. But with this series, as I said, folks, the reason why I had to come to an end was just because of building restrictions. It was because of the length it took to make an episode, how long it was taking, and how little we were actually getting from the length. And also, another thing that's kind of been unspoken about on the entire series, because none of the guys who are part of it or myself have really kind of went into it more in detail publicly, but something that really was a bit of an issue for all of us was honestly being real me. For me, I'm not the easiest guy to work with. And it's something I've never been too shy to say, you know, it's not true. It is. I'm not an easy guy to work with. If anybody's ever worked with me, you know exactly what I mean. I'm very, I don't want to say the word demanding, but I try and make sure everything is done 100% right, you know? I got brought up with a saying, my dad taught me all my life, which was, if you're going to do a job, do it right or don't do it at all. And it's very simple but very easy. And it's a sense where if you're going to do something, just do it right. You know what I mean? There's no point doing it wrong or cutting corners or anything like that, because at the end of the day, if you do that, all that's going to happen is you're going to have to come back and fix it later on and look like a fucking idiot. Or, sorry for swearing, but look like an idiot. Or you're going to have to, in a sense, just leave it, which will make it look even worse and give you a bad name. Which is why for us, we've always, you know, strived to make this thing 110%. We've always tried to make everything perfect. All the roads have to be the perfect scale, perfect size. All the street lights, the trees, the builds, the houses all have to be approved before getting built. Everything. It's all been so micromanaged that it's phenomenal. And it's not very easy to work with someone who does that. A lot of the team members, I said, are great people. But the biggest issue is that we all had with probably, I guess, working on me. Oh my God, no. God damn it, can we just, yeah, we're gonna mine through this. I want to show you guys this because it's pretty cool. So I'm sorry, Kieran. Oh dear God, I'm sorry, Kieran. This is for anybody that's curious, this is Kiwi's secret underground basement. I'm showing it off because Kiwi will not ever get another chance to show us off, so might as well. UKKS, what's it? Raid Shelter. What does it say? MK2 Mark II. Commander J for Kieran writes a whole load of. I don't even know. But yeah, these are like cool little things that again are hidden in the map that people really never get to see much. It's like hidden little basements in our world. But as I said, folks, I'm not the easiest guy to work with, and a lot of the times what happened with us was because, you know, if episodes were getting delayed or I didn't have the ability to be able to release them on time, or some of the guys couldn't come on and help, I personally took it as like an issue with them, like they'd done something wrong to me. When in reality, I said nobody who was a part of this ever got paid. There was no like payment. We all done this for fun. We all done this to keep people entertained and enjoyed, or, you know, bring enjoyment and whatnot. And for that, it was just one of those things where, for us, you know, there was not really much of a gain for it personally. It was just more for fun. So when you have to do something, it kind of does take the fun out of it quite a bit, which is why, you know, a lot of the people kind of did eventually quit the team. I think quitting's the wrong word as well. I think quitting is quite the wrong word. I mean, where am I going here, Kieran? What did you do? What did Kieran do here, man? He's built like a massive spiral staircase. But what happened, guys, with a lot of the team on this world, you know, King Bezo, for instance, you know, Monkey Tour Vendes, you know, plenty of other people down in my ass, or down in my mass, the R-rated Adam, so many other people that have been a part of this, you know, that have been huge parts of what we've done, Mr. Promo, etc. They all left eventually, and it wasn't that they left out of like we were no longer friends. I'm still cool with everyone on the team, and they all know that personally. There's not many people that can at any given time hit me up and just be like, hey dude, can I ask a favor? But at the end of the day, if any of these people were to ever need me, they already know, like they know where I am. I've made it very clear, like I'm always there for them. But it did kind of separate a lot of us. Plus, the thing is with this series, folks, is you got to remember, in 2 years, a lot of things can change. One of which is just people. For us, a lot of the time is, and a lot of you guys probably, if you're gamers like myself, know exactly what I mean. It's people get older, they move on, they grow up, they change. You know what I mean? For us, one of the biggest things, or for me at least, one of the biggest things that I had to come to grips with ending the series was the fact being that I'm not going to be losing my friends, but at the end of the day, I kind of am. Like, this is the end. This is how, you know, we end kind of things. It's how you kind of cut ties in a sense, because a lot of the people that I met 2 years ago are, and in a good way, and I'm proud and I'm happy of every single one of them because they're all amazing people. They've grown, they've changed, they've become better. They are better. They're better people. They're, you know, more mature. They've grown up. They've got jobs. They've got boyfriends. They've got girlfriends. They're in college. They're at high school. They're, again, I said, got jobs. They're, you know, maybe starting their own adventures or following their own paths, their own dreams, their own careers. There's so many things that so many of them are doing, and I know that's it. They've all got their own things to do, and one of those things as well, though, is, you know, life. And I said, you know, when you're a kid, you can play video games all the time when you have the time, but when you do become a teenager or an adult, you can't. You know, your priorities have to shift, and with that, obviously, a lot of them grew out of Minecraft as well, which is why for a lot of them, this, you know, playing on this world and whatnot is amazing. They still enjoy and they still love it, and there's a lot of memories that come when they do play it, but at the end of the day, it's just, you know, no longer that kind of drive to want or have to play it because they're off the game. They've got put off. The game's grown off them now, which is why it's like, you know, the series also has to come to an end. By the way, if anybody's curious, this is Jack's house. That was Kiwi's house. I was just in. This is Jack's house. It's a huge windmill. It's just gorgeous. There's so many details in this world that I really want to try and show off, guys. But I don't want to make the world tour too long, but at the end of the day, I know it's going to be worth it because I know a lot of you guys are obviously going to hopefully enjoy it. I really do hope a lot of you guys watch all the way through. I feel like a lot of the team members will, because this is kind of dedicated to them. This entire thing, this entire video, this entire series was dedicated to them. It was about kind of a symbol of like friendship in a sense, a symbol of just like you guys meant a lot in a sense. Man, I'm messing myself up. It's hard to put words into place, but legit, it's for me, this world has just been an amazing adventure. I said, and see, and it really is in a sense sad, but it's good. It's nice. It's the end of one adventure to begin another, you know what I mean? And that's the kind of the beauty behind it, you know what I mean? Where something ends, something new begins, and that's what it is with this series. A lot of things are going to end, obviously, with this. A lot of friendships are going to still be there, but they're not really going to be as apparent, and we're probably not going to speak as much, but it's still going to be about, again, like that whole kind of transition of leaving what was in the past behind and letting it, rest peacefully and I guess just respectively. I mean, you don't want to do something and overdo it until you kill it. It's like a series like The Simpsons or whatnot, an amazing series, but when it's overdone and you do it for too long, it destroys the value of what it originally was, and it can even ruin it completely for some people, which is just not what I want. I want to keep the value of this for me and for my friends that have been a part of this there, and that's why I've made this, I guess, personal decision to end it. For anybody that is curious as well, that was Jack's house back there. This is Michaela's house here. There's 3 different districts to Woodbury, more or less. There is obviously the actual town Woodbury, then there's Plain Peaks over there, then there, of course, is this area here. This is the actual mountain area. I forget what Connor called it, and Connor's going to hate me for it, so I love you, Connor, I'm sorry. I really did forget the name, and I didn't mean to. This used to basically be what it still is. This is the old like area where all the, I guess, the railway used to run past. When we first started the map, obviously, you begin with like the most basic things. We used to have this kind of big railway right here that led to the spawn town Lunchwood, and it came all the way back into the city right about there, and then it turned left, cut over where the wall is now, because the wall didn't used to obviously be there. Was no wall originally until episode 20. It cut over the wall and then went all the way across to, actually, I can probably show you guys this real quick, because it's quite cool actually, like all the like little hidden things that a lot of people might not know, except from the team. But the actual the railway itself would cut right over the wall here, and then it would keep going straight all the way across there, all the way again above ground as well, above the water, all the way to the mountain over there at Wesley's house, and then it would cut to the side and then come down to where Adam's house is and where the farm is now, where Coda lives. But Adam used to live there as well. So it's really weird, like how things have like changed positions and whatnot. This is like the old abandoned railway now. It's just nothing's on here. But this is Connor's area up here. And by the way, for anyone that's curious, yes, Connor used darn campfires. I mean, I think it looks better, but it was very, very, very non-resource friendly. So nonetheless, you guys can see, I mean, look at this, this is Connor's little area up here. Wait, what's the name of this? What was that? I thought it was a Polar Peak or something like that. I was going to say, no way. You guys can see, obviously, this is Connor's place. Connor had done an amazing job here, and much love to him, honestly. There's Firestone as well. You guys can see it hidden by the trees, obviously, in cover. This area is insane. There's a lot of stuff here, obviously. This is, again, the mountain area. I said a lot of the players from Woodbury moved up here because when we were expanding the town, obviously, we wanted to try and make sure it all had plenty of room for farms and everything else. And with that, a lot of the original players, where they had their houses inside the town, in a sense, they had to move out. But it was not a bad thing. It was just one of those things that was gradual. And I never really seen this till now, but I must admit, I love this. This is the original Woodbury flag, but redesigned, so it's more in Connor's favour, where it looks like it has, I guess, designed for his flag for his mountain. But it is gorgeous, I'm not gonna lie. I really must admit, I'm not going to tour too much of Connor's house, because I know he's got some secret things he doesn't want anybody to see, like his basement where he hides all those freaking banners. Yes, Connor, we all know, alright? We all know, we're not stupid, alright? But nonetheless, you guys can see, I mean, Connor loves to, he's not very good with the actual management of like his chest. He's just got them everywhere here, but I love him for that, man. He makes good, makes a good job of it. It's insane how every one of the team members had something different and unique to add to the group. Something that was really special about the entire team is, and if you're a young, aspiring YouTuber, or someone who's even wanting to just start up his own team of boulders, good luck to you. But if you are, make sure, the best thing I can give you advice wise is to bring people into your group that are not all the same. You don't want people that are just going to follow what you do and do the exact same. You want people that are going to be unique and different and special, and that's what I love about all the team members. I mean, there is a lot of them. There's a lot of us, and at the end you guys will find out obviously who exactly and who they all are, because you always get to see it. But there really has been a lot of people that have been involved in this project, but every single one of them, whether they want to admit it or not, and whether they'll ever agree with it or not, it's 100% the truth. They were all incredibly amazing people who were just incredibly unique, and they all had their own kind of unique tastes and designs and their own unique little traits that kind of brought interesting things to the table, which was something that was really cool, because Some of them had experiences, you know, in real life with things that others didn't. Some of them are from the country, some of them are from the cities, some of them are from, you know, just different backgrounds than others, and some of them know more about other things than others. So it's amazing to have that kind of unique perspective when it comes to building stuff like this in Minecraft. And this is something that's just, it's a really cool kind of addition. Also as well, here you guys can see, you know, right here, of course, a little balcony. It's like one of the little mountain houses. This is gorgeous, by the way, man. This is like, we've got like 2 of these designs on the map, but they're like little gorgeous mountain houses that are still under construction, you guys can see. But this is like the mountain village of the area. Again, I forget the name. Corner will probably end up commenting it down below. But this is like the mountain range of the map, and it is just gorgeous and beautiful. You guys can see, again, there's Firestone. That skyscraper there, eventually one day we'll get the resources to build it. We only just had enough glass, like after like ages, to build that much, but in the future we will finish. I can guarantee you guys. It's just at the moment we really don't have the strive to really want to finish it, so we're like, hey, we'll get some other things done first, and that'll be us. I think right now we went for a few different houses, obviously. I mean, whose house have I not went down? I'm just trying to think. We went down Kiwi's, we went down freaking just everybody so far. Let me just think right now. So I mean, I can list off the people right now. We went down Colton's, or Colton's, I'll just say Colton. We went down Corners, we haven't went to Wesley's. We went down Jack's, Kiwi's, of course. We went to Rookie's, I believe. We haven't went to Dylan's, we went to Michaela's, we haven't went to Adam's as well. Adam is living with me right now, which is kind of weird. We still got a few more to go to this. Yeah, let's make our way to the mob grinder, then we'll come back down and we'll continue exploring and go into we'll finish off exploring Woodbury, and then we'll head over to Playing Peaks, and then we'll head to the final location, because there's a few little things I want to show you guys amongst the way. So let's head up here. So this is probably one of the most, I guess, iconic builds in the entire map, I'd say. I know it's also by far one of the most beautiful, one of the most amazing. Excuse me, for those of you who don't know, this is the mob grinder. It's basically an unlimited XP farm that we built way back in like the first like 10 episodes. I think it was like episode 9 or 10 or 11, one of the 3 choices there. And we built this up here, and it was mad. It was actually designed by my good friend TSB, but we've obviously all added our own kind of little designs to it. I did like this kind of stair design, then destroyed it. I did a railway on the inside. That sucked completely, and it just didn't work that well. So then we built the stairs back again, and then redesigned all this and stuff like that. So it was amazing. But there's been so many redesigns as well. That's something that should be added. When you're building something like this, or a huge world, the thing that you never really notice is how many times you're going out destroying and redesigning stuff, and it's actually phenomenal, because for us, we destroyed and redesigned so many things. It's actually phenomenal. I mean, you guys can see right here, of course, there's no difficulty on right now, of course, so you guys can't obviously see it working or running, but there used to be as well like an iron farm here, the Iron Novas. We used to have 2 iron farms that gave us unlimited iron, obviously, but one of them broke. The one up here broke, another one down below as well, and Woodbury, where TSP's house is now, that broke, which was a real shame, but it was just because, you know, the new update and whatnot. But this right here, this is the mob grinder. It's honestly one of the most beautiful and iconic builds I said in the map, and it really is incredible, because the way it works is enemies spawn up here. There's a continued like delay of, I guess, a dispenser to dispense that water and then soak it back up and then spit it back out, etc., etc. And that pushes all the enemies on the huge platforms up there inside that huge, big box, into this huge tube that makes them fall all the way down. They then, when they get to the very bottom, they don't die, but what happens is they lose a lot of health, obviously. I think they're like 1 hit, I'm pretty sure, from like what I remember, and then they just fall there. You can hit them there, kill them, get XP, and then all their stuff filters down there into the automatic sorting system that TSB and Kiwi built, because those 2 are like my main redstone boys. So yeah, it's quite weird. It's quite cool though. This right here as well, a lot of people have asked me actually on streams. I've never really went too much into detail. I've said a little bit about it, but this is what I would call, I guess, the gold rush. I'm pretty sure is what we agreed to call it. The gold rush, or the nugget farm. This is for golden nuggets. This is an incredible design as well. This was built on episode 30 of the series, and you can go back and go watch it if you guys don't believe how this was built legitimately, because I feel like for a lot of people, and someone clearly has died. So someone's clearly just died in there, just kind of acknowledged that. Jesus Christ, oh my days. By the way, it's very symmetrical, so on both sides it's the exact same, obviously, because it works on the same principles on both sides. This used to be where the babies would fall down and then die, but obviously, as you can probably tell, because of the new water mechanics and stuff like that, obviously that will change. Now enemies, you know, swim differently. That still needs repaired and rebuilt, but yeah, it's pretty magic. We got a huge sorting system there as well, and we can go up to the very top actually and fly off it if we really want to. But this build is insane. If anybody's curious, this was all built, I said, 100% legit. Everything was, but this one right here as well. Me and Kiwi, I still recall to this day a story. Like, me and Kiwi, the guy who helped build this, Kiwi Gamer, a good friend of mine as well, Kieran, we spent hours, I believe it was me, Kiwi, I'm pretty sure, maybe Colt and someone else, I'm sure, but we spent hours legitimately down in the Woodbury mine, the public Woodbury mines, just mining obsidian to build this thing. And then on episode 30, not a word of a lie, folks, on the 30th episode of the series, we spent 12 hours till 6 a.m. my time. I spent some, like 6 o'clock my time till, 6 a.m. my time in the UK, building this entire contraption with the special guest Bloody Hatchets who joined us, and it was so freaking amazing and so mad as well at the same time. It was actually insane. I even recall, because back then we had a lot more people obviously in the team that were playing more consistently. Everybody who I've mentioned, they're still part of the team, but they're not consistently in the team, you know, joining us and being a part of the episodes and whatnot, because again they've grown off the game. But the thing that was mad was, honestly, I remember way back then there was a story, but we basically, the guy who joined us, Bloody Hatchets, who's another YouTuber with almost 10k subs. He's a great guy, you know, if anybody's got time, you know, just search him up and whatnot. He's an amazing guy. But he he joined us, and one of my friends, Brian, who's Puerto Rican, Mr. Promo, he's a freaking amazing guy, and I think there was a few others, I think King Bezo and a few other people that were there. We all started basically mocking him behind the scenes. I never said this story publicly to this day, but I'll say it now. By the way, this is the Woodbury Public Mine, if anybody's curious. That's a mining area where we smell everything, but down here is actually public mine. I'll show you guys a bit of it, and then we'll head back up top. But basically, the guy joined us, and Bloody Hatches, he's an amazing dude. He's a grown man, of course. He's got kids, he's got family and whatnot. A job outside of YouTube, everything like that. But he had a video on his channel about the mothership. Basically, it was completely CGI. Like, the guy completely, I mean, no disrespect to Bloody, because I mean, like, he's a good friend, he's a great guy, I know, like, we speak on the odd occasion, but he had a video on his channel, but see, it was completely CGI. You could tell, a computer like graphics and whatnot, completely CGI. But it was basically like of a mothership over New York City or something like that, and it was like, oh my god, it was real. And I legitimately to this day remember everybody in that darn party was mocking him, like, yo, he's not here, because the night before we sat and waited for him for a couple hours to get on, but he didn't manage to make on because he was busy, he had other plans, he was doing things. And when he did get on, it was like 4 a.m, so I had to go to my bed, and everybody was kind of annoyed because they'd all been waiting on him as well. But the thing was everybody before him was like, yo, he might have got taken up by the mothership might have got him. We were all just sitting cracking jokes about it the entire time, and when he finally did get in, honestly, just the amount of jokes that we kept cracking at his expense, I don't think he got a single one of them, but it was just so subliminal, but it was on the nose as well. By the way, that was the public mine right there. There's not much to it, guys. There's not much to it. This right here is, of course, GG's house. This is a massive windmill house. It's really not been designed that well, or that, I guess, fully, or that, oh my days, a lot of lag there, or that, I guess mainly, I guess that would be probably the word. It's quite actually not, it's not even finished, that's the word. It's not finished yet whatsoever. Right here we've actually got Wesley Tussie's house, or Wesley's house, one of my, I guess, most beloved houses. I think I love this house because I helped Wesley build it, and it was such an amazing house. I again remember building this as well. Me, Tia, or Cal the hyena, and Wesley, and I believe I think Jack and maybe someone else was there. We sat like really early, like in the morning. I think it was like, you know, 12 o'clock or 12, I think it was like 11 a.m. for me. It was quite early. I was actually on early for once, which is a very rare occasion, and we sat building this entire thing. And I remember actually building a little boat that's there. A lot of people ask what that is, but there's a little ship or boat on the left there. You might be able to see it. And we were building that, and I remember honestly legit just getting stuck in that all the time. We were having laughs, and it was like well early in the morning, but another nice little, I guess, kind of little bowl right there. But yeah, so this is the entire Woodbury right here. This is the whole of Woodbury and the mountain area. Now it's obviously time for Plain Peaks. Now, for Plain Peaks, guys, I don't want to go too, I guess, in depth. I don't want to spend hours, you know, touring the entire place. Even though I love this world, I love the city as well here. This district, more or less, is just a continuation of Woodbury. There's a lot of things done here, though, but I can show you guys. So, obviously, we've got churches, we've got the walls. This is Colin's design of his flags, obviously, as opposed to our ones. This is also, a lot of people might be to notice a couple of these builds. For instance, this is Michaela's house here, where she used to stay rather than on the mountains. She used to have this house right there in the middle of the Woodbury, obviously, of Woodbury. It's a design from an older world of mine, and I rebuilt it here because I wanted to rebuild the design. It's lovely. We've also got Jack's house, one of the designs from a Survival Island series that we've done, and we rebuilt it here as well because it's gorgeous. We've got Tia's house. This is Tia's actually like a little house, because Tia, even though she isn't, I don't even think on PlayStation 4 now, Tia is a great friend of mine, and Carol the hyena, or Tia, or friends, I believe she goes by now. She's changed her name so many goddamn times, Tia. It's terrible. But nonetheless, this is her house right here. We've rebuilt it here in Plain Peaks for her. One of my good friends, Dylan. Dylan and me done our Borderlands 2 series. Dylan done a lot with me. In fact, we're friends in real life. We've known each other since we were kids. And Dylan joined me on the series. One of my personal friends who actually joined, the only one really, so it's actually pretty cool. This house hasn't been renovated whatsoever. Dylan's going to hate me. Madeline McCann was here. He'll get it. He'll know exactly what I'm saying. Maddie McCann, she was here, Dylan. You already know. Nonetheless, she took everything with her. It's all gone. But his house is belonged to the mountains. He used to stay inside Woodbury beside Mr. Promo, but again, he moved. Like, literally every single person in Woodbury, not a word of a lie, has, and again, it's genuinely the truth right here, Every single person in Woodbury has moved their house. They've either moved places, switched locations, or moved houses. The only people that have never actually done that have been Monkey to Revendez, whose house actually got upgraded. It didn't get moved. It got upgraded from a little small box now, because when we first started the series, Monkey lived in a 1x1 hole in the ground, and it was terrible. It was honestly like inhumane. It was slavery. It was honestly, I felt like I had like an actual Korean camp or a Korean sweatshop even. Like, it was just terrible, honestly. This is my boy Axel's house as well. Axel's a good friend of mine. We've known each other again for years. Axel was an amazing friend. Axel was actually the guy who got me in 7 Days to Die, and we done a series of all the duplication glitches that's coming back to the channel very, very, very soon, actually. But that was with Axel, as I was saying, and these are some of the Asian designed houses and whatnot. But Monkey's a real character. But yeah, again, everybody's moved houses except from Kiwi, I believe, who's never moved since the very beginning. And when Adam, one of the main guys in the team, Adam is a good friend of mine as well, who's done a lot of R-rated Adam. But when he actually, it's kind of weird, this whole story. But Adam, basically, because of his terrible ass Wi-Fi, where he's from in Germany, as we say, because he's Arnold Schwarzenegger's son, but he's also from Germany, of course, as well. Like, he's Hitler's grandchild. By the way, again, you guys can see it's all playing peaks right here. I don't want to take too much time here, but I'm just trying to run around. But the thing is with Adam is, like, Adam legit, because his Wi-Fi is that bad, I remember he joined on, I believe it was episode 8 or 7, and he legitimately made the game crash and go corrupt, and because we didn't have any copy saves, we lost the entire world, and it was all Adam's fault. So yeah, Adam's quite notoriously well known for my how to get bamboo in survival video, or how to get bamboo in Minecraft. Like, basically, if you don't have a bamboo forest in your world, I done a video on it and teaching people how to do it. And Adam, the absolute ass that he is, built a swastika. You guys may have seen him on the maps as well if you've been a part of the live streams. This is Ian's house as well, by the way. These are two empty houses. That's Dylan's original design from inside Woodbury, and that's my house here as well in Plain Peaks. And Colin's house is also in Plain Peaks, but it's up there in the mountain. You guys can't really see it. This is a railway as well, but I'm gonna actually take you guys through the railway as well. Come think about the railway. I'm gonna take you guys through the railway. We're gonna make our way through there. There's no railway cars. Go darn. There's none here right now. Go down it. But I mean, yeah, let me just try and think how I can rush through here. And that's Colin's house up, you guys can see. It's gorgeous. That's a plain peak. It's called Plain Peaks because the mountain is a plain peak, obviously. And it was actually started by Kiwi Gamer, and then Colin took it over. We started demolishing the mountains here on streams. We spent legitimately weeks doing it, but we got it done. And there's King Bezo's house as well. Never changed since the very beginning, except from I moved its location over here from inside Woodbury because I love Bezo's house and I love him in general. He's one of my good friends as well because he's a character. Bezo and me have shared some very, very close moments where he's told me some stories about him in theaters. Bezo, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I know you'll see this video, my dudes, so I'm not going to tell your story, but let's just say Bezo was in a cinema doing some very, very, very bad stuff. That's terrible, I shouldn't have said that. There's so many people that have been a part of this. There's so much that's been done on this. It's actually phenomenal. A lot of people as well that have been involved with the series, some of them don't even have houses. Some of them just don't take much to do with the series in that sense. There's the SS Bojack, our ships as well in the ocean, and our underground railway down there. Actually, we got basically an underwater railway that takes you into Woodbury. It still needs to be reconnected, but that's what it is there. But the thing is of the series, folks, is every single person I can tell you a story with. I've done, with so many of the different people. Dylan, the guy who's got the house over there, me and him and TSB actually done a Borderlands series, Borderlands 2. It was a complete flop, they all know it, but we done a series on nonetheless, and it was a lot of fun. A full Let's Play 100% completion series of it. Dylan made me do some videos on Fallout 4, which some of you may have found my channel through. Fallout 4, I never had played it really before. I never made videos on it before, and Dylan got me to do it. The video is now well over accumulated, like 250,000 views. So just man, it's insane. My good friend Axel, he got me into 7 Days to Die. Every one of them have done something individually different or unique with me, and it's pretty mad to think, honestly, guys. Now I'm going to take you guys to the exit at Woodbury over here. There's like 3 exits, I guess, or at least there was. There's one here, there's one way over at Plain Peaks, and there's one at the entrance as well. This is the berry field. There's not much to it other than that. It's a berry field of huge warehouses. Mr. Promo says rebuilt outside. We also have got an ocean monument base, which I would show, but we just don't have the time, guys, for this world tour in our area over there. I want to take you guys finally though up to Mount Woodbury, because that's the main place I really want to end it, guys. Before I end this video, obviously, before I end this episode, before I end this series, and before I end this kind of whole adventure, I want to share something. For the past couple, I guess, weeks or months, I've been spending my time just, I guess, writing up basically an end credits to the series. Basically, a credits at the very end of this video that will roll, showing everybody who's been a part of it. This isn't the end of just a general one series. I know a lot of people have been asking, will there be a season 4 or a new series in general, or this or that? There won't be. This is the end of that. This is the end of me doing that kind of stuff, and this is the end of that kind of, I guess, just in general, I guess, adventure, which is really sad to say, honestly, because it's been an amazing adventure at that. You know what I mean? I have spent the past 3 years of my life working with these amazing, wonderful people, and some of which didn't manage to join this season. If you guys see the very end credits, you'll see what I mean. There's names of people that were not a part of this season or this series that left in the first season or the first series, or whatnot. But there's been so many people that have taken part in helping me do this. It's actually phenomenal, and it wasn't actually up until recently. It wasn't up until like this month or last month. I was going through all the old episodes of Firestone Kingdom, Firestone Empire, which are both obviously the first and second season, and there was this one, the third season. And it wasn't up until then that I kind of really started to realize how much people have changed and how amazing it is that I met them. Every one of these people have been a part of this. Every single one, whether it be Colton, Connor, Wesley, Jack, Kiwi, Rookie, Dylan, Michaela, Adam, freaking Axel, Monkey, Tia, freaking Barry, Brian, freaking Tom, Curious, or Joseph even, sorry, and so many other people that have been a part of this. Every single one of them have been a huge part of helping me do what I want to do, and they've all supported me in some way, shape or form. I mean, a lot of them, some of which you will never see on the channel. They don't comment on videos, they don't watch the streams, they don't take much to do with what I do personally in real life, or what I do on YouTube, because even though they met me through YouTube, they know me in real life. They know we're friends, generally speaking. So they don't really, they know I'm doing good, and I know they support from behind the scenes, but they just don't really take much to do with it in that sense, where they have to be there every single video and supporting. But I guess this, to me, kind of felt like this was, I guess, them showing their support in another way or form. You know what I mean? The fact they could help for the past 3 years, build 3 different seasons or series without getting paid, without getting any sort of gain from it. None of them gained in any sort of way. They gained, I'm sure, memories and fun, but none of them gained any sort of money from it. There was no gain in that sense. It was just gain from having fun with your friends. And it's so difficult nowadays to meet people that really are nice, that are genuine, and that you can be friends with, and that you can call friends, especially on the internet. In real life even as well, it's quite difficult, of course, but on the internet itself, to meet people that are just as amazing as people I met, it's honestly phenomenal. And I'm so blessed and highly favored, dare I say, that I managed to meet them, because every single one of them, and I mean that genuinely, they all just helped so much. The amount of hours and time that we put into this behind the scenes was a lot, honestly, guys. It was very, very, very tedious, but it was well worth it, and it was amazing. And for me, the series didn't do as well as I ever wanted it to. I think it's, no matter what anybody says, I think it's quite apparent, but I wish the series would have got millions of views. I wished every episode would have been highly successful. Every one of the guys in the team, was getting paid thousands of dollars to be a part of it. We all were very successful people because of it or whatever, but the honest to God truth is we weren't. We didn't get paid. We didn't gain anything really that, I guess, amazing from this. In fact, this series has been one of the longest lasting series, and it does take the longest to make. However, it gains the least amount of views and whatever. But at the end of the day, what the series gave me, that's something, again, it's kind of cliche and kind of like, it's kind of cringy, but it's the truth. Is this series gave me just a lot of fun and amazing memories, and that's something that you cannot just buy. You cannot just, it doesn't matter how many views or subs I get. It doesn't, improve how my day's been overall. With these guys and with all the people and all the memories I've got from doing all this, that kind of does, you know what I mean? And that's the most beautiful part about this. I have ranted and spoken this entire video for well over 52 minutes. It's well over 50 minutes even. It's an unbelievable amount of time, and I would love to keep going longer, but at the end of the day, there's only so much I can put into one video, and I don't want to overdo it. But I wanted to make sure this video was lengthy, well worded, and I told you guys about everybody who's been a part of this team. For anybody that did miss out, or anybody who feels like they've been missed out or left out a part of this, with the most deepest apologies of mine, I mean that. Everybody who's been a part of this, you know who you are. I don't have to say your name. I don't have to sit and tell everybody who's watching who you are. You know who you are if you've been a part of this. Thank you so much for joining me, for being a part of this adventure with me, for working with my arrogant, annoying ass for the past 3 years. And thank you so much to everybody who put in so many countless hours just to have fun and help me finish videos and get them done on time, and just for being friends. It honestly, on a whole nother level, was very, 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 very appreciated, and it will not go unwelcomed. I want to say, as always though, to the viewers and to everybody who's managed to stick around as long, if you have, let me know, because you're an absolute trooper. But thank you very much as well for watching. Whether you started watching this season during, this series, even during this series while we started on Woodbury, or on Firestone Empire, or on Kingdom, or if in general you've just watched this episode just now and just came to the channel, thank you. This series was something that was a dream goal to finish. We wanted to finish this from episode 1 to 50. It was always our goal. At points we wanted to quit this thing so early, and the entire team can confirm that. There was points where the whole team was against each other. Nobody liked each other, but there was issues, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we kept, I guess, concurrent with it, and we finished our story, and we finished this adventure the way we wanted it to end. So for us, that's a win-win in my books. It's a win-win. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series. I hope you guys have enjoyed being a part of the series with me, with all my friends, with all the Woodbury team, the Firestone team, the Firestone Empire team, everybody. From all of us, I'm sure I can say this genuinely. Thank you so much for being a part of it. And other than that, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day or a wonderful night wherever you guys are. And for the final time, peace out, guys.
In the cold kitchen light, we both look for a sign, and you say, these are troubles of mine. Weary thoughts of breaking up, coming under your skin. Don't know if we should stop or begin. 'Cause I was there by your side, with my eyes open wide, and I know that will always be true. There were no reasons why, guess all beauty must die. We try hard but we also oh, so reckless, so reckless. It took time to recognize we are all filled with pride. I'm a wreck when I'm not by your side. Yes, I know that I have to agree. There is no one as reckless as me.